If you're in a holding period where you feel like you're waiting for God to do something for you that you really, really need, and you've come to this agreement with yourself that you're just going to wait on the Lord, yet you still kind of feel like He's taken too long, I want to tell you the things that God expressed to me about why we are having such a hard time trusting Him. So the fact of the matter is that you don't really have a hard time trusting that God can do what He said that He would do. Of course, He wants you to have the job. Of course, He wants you to buy the house. Of course, He wants you to be healed. So it's really not a matter of deciding or trying to figure out if He can do that thing. What we're really asking is, will God do the thing in time? Will He do it before I'm embarrassed and humiliated because it looks like the word that I've told everyone was going to come to pass didn't come to pass in the timing that I wanted it to? So, most of that, if you really dive deep into the meaning of that, is really saying, Lord, I trust you, but I don't trust you with what I believe to be the best timing. Because the outcome of it, if it doesn't go right, is going to reflect on me. Do you know that that's a prideful way of thinking? To believe that when we are trusting God and His timing and His ways, that we are reserved and still in a position of distrust because we don't believe that He will move fast enough. And it's not because of the actual situation, but it's because of how the actual situation will make us look. So let me encourage you to understand that the verse where it says that His grace is sufficient, that's where this comes in, because it's not about the outcome per se. At the end of the day, whether you get that thing that He's promised you now or later, His grace was always sufficient for you. What He had for you was always on its way. But when we abandon our need to be right and abandon our need to want to be protected from suffering and humiliation, that is when we can enter into allowing His grace to be sufficient enough for us. So you're applying for the jobs. You're doing everything that you can do. You tried to knock on every door, and it seems like all of them are closed. But His grace is sufficient. I'm not afraid